Heard the stories, a friend or relative wants to marry but can't find Mr. Right. Then she continues the search online and meets a mate. There's a good chance that she found that person on EHarmony.com. The matchmaking site says an average 542 people who marry each day in the U.S. met on eHarmony. That's about 5% of all weddings. Joining us now is Gregory Waldorf, the CEO of the company, which is celebrating its 10th anniversary. So it is 5%. That's a shocking figure. Fully 1 in 20 people in the U.S. who marry met on eHarmony.
It is incredible to us, too, but it's also represented by the friends and family that we hear from. If you ask most people, do you know somebody who's met through eHarmony, I find that most people say yes. And so it's really everywhere you go.
All right, why do you think it's so successful, Greg?
I think because people have a harder and harder time meeting somebody for a quality relationship, and it's really that emphasis on quality relationships that we have. We're not about a hookup or a quick date. We're really trying to help people to find long-lasting happiness, and that focus that we have with our scientific research, the matchmaking system, it's really working for people.
There are websites for people who want just to hook up or a quick date, right? So you do get the serious people going to this website. There's been a lot of argument about whether or not your survey that everyone who joins the site fills out really does find someone who's compatible.
You know, I think it really works, but I would most often tell people, talk to our success couples. They will tell you themselves. I was just with a couple this morning. We did a big event here in New York, and their exact words to me were, I never knew that I could find somebody who I'd be so connected with. And this was a couple where they were both remarried, they both had children from a prior marriage, but they felt the compatibility and the connection.
All right, I gotta ask you, and I'm not to be a doomsayer or anything, or naysayer, but I mean, how many of the people who get married by eHarmony end up divorced? Is it just like everybody else out there? Is it like half?
No. I mean, we don't have research yet, although we're working on it. Our anecdotal sense is that it's very rare, and we just don't hear from that many people telling us, take us off the site, we're no longer together.
Hang on, what is it in real life? I mean,
isn't it like
one in every, 3 in every 4 marriages ends in divorce or something?
No, it's like half of all marriages.
It's something amazing.
I think there's 2 important parts. It's about 40% of marriages end in divorce. But of the people who stay married, how many of them are happily married? And that's the thing that we're really shooting for. And I think eHarmony couples.
That's another show.
Let's talk about your international growth, because I always wonder about people who want to meet mates internationally. You've got the possibility to hook up Americans, I guess, with people in the UK or in English-speaking Europe.
We've got them actually all over Europe. We've got the U.S. and Canada are home markets for us. We have the U.K. and Australia. But in Europe, through a business called eDarling, we operate in Germany, France, Spain, and 5 other countries. And some of the great stories are those people who meet from halfway around the world. They've just become amazing success
stories. Can you choose, if you fill out something in the U.S., I want to meet somebody in France, etc.?
I literally just got through a friend a link to a couple that got married 2 weekends ago where the wife was in Monaco and the husband was in Montana. Go figure.
Gotta love it. You guys making money?
Yeah, we have been profitable since 2004. We've always had a unique focus with a subscription business on trying to deliver a lot of value for our users, and hopefully they pay us, and then we have a good margin.
$40 a month, and you're doing revenues of what, $1 billion a year?
No, it's about $250 million a year. We announced last year that we had crossed $1 billion in cumulative revenues in the 10 years.
And you've been around for 10 years.
Yep.
So when are you going to go public?
You know, we look at it all the time.
You do?
Yep.
Have you got people coming to you and aggressively saying this makes sense?
One of the great things about eHarmony is it's a well-known brand, and I think people feel that when the time is right for us, there'll be a really good reception.
What's going to make the time right?
I think it's a combination of getting our growth strategy really in place, knowing that we're operating in all the countries that we want to operate in, and that we're delivering the service that people want to buy.
All right. Interesting stuff. Gotta love it.
It's a fantastically interesting story. What else can you say?
I think you need to do this.
That's great.